And your first name again? I'm sorry.
Renee, Renay.
Wow. Okay. And your name?
Jeffrey Kincaid.
And are you both with, right, Kincaid, Kincaid?
Yes.
And sir, your name?
Antonio Karate.
Unpaid invoice. Called our office requesting board-up services on a broken egress window in his basement. He was filing an insurance claim. After being notified from his insurance claim this was not going to be a covered loss, he wanted to dispute the invoice amount. It was explained we already paid our contractor for the service. The bill was non-negotiable, and he then asked to speak to a manager and told him he was not paying the bill. What a great country.
That's not.
Okay. I'm going to just advise you of your rights. Each of you have the right to have the case removed. Who's speaking on behalf of Jesse's Restoration?
This case starts like so many others in small claims court. An unpaid invoice, a homeowner refusing to pay, and a restoration company demanding what they believe they're owed. But buckle up, because this isn't just about a broken window. We've got emergency fees, insurance denials, timeline disputes, and a judge who is about to laser focus on one key issue. Was this bill legitimate? Or did someone change their story once the insurance money disappeared? Pay close attention to the dates, the dollar amounts, and what each side says their real complaint is, because those details are about to decide who walks out owing hundreds and who walks out empty-handed.
I am.
You have the right to remove the case. You have the right to remove the case to the General Civil Division, Mr. Karate. By proceeding in the Small Claims Division, you're giving up rights. You're giving up the right to seek in excess of $7,000. You're giving up the right to appeal my decision if you don't like it. You're giving up the right to hire a lawyer. You're giving up the right to a jury trial. And plaintiff, again, to the extent you might be entitled to it, you can't seek in excess of $7,000. Do you understand everything I just said, Ms. Vandrick?
Yes.
And do you understand everything I just said, Mr. Karate?
Yes, sir.
Do you waive those rights and wish to proceed here, or do you wish to have the case removed to the General Civil Division? Ms. Vandrick?
Proceed here.
Sir,
Say proceed here.
you waive those rights?
Wait,
You waive those rights?
Yes.
Everybody raise your right hands. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're giving in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got. Ms. Vandrich? Do you?
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid?
Yeah.
Mr. Karotny?
I do.
I'm just going to ask you to come on up here and throw your gun in the garbage if you would, please. Do you have an invoice, Ms. Vandrich?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Fondrick?
Fondrick. I'm sorry. Fondrick.
Sandwich is fine. That's
Fondrick is no. Yeah. Okay, let me see the invoice. Pat, please, sir.
Take your head off.
Do you have the invoice?
Yes.
Hand that up if you would.
Actually, I just have like.
Was there anything wrong with the work, Mr. Karate?
Yes.
What was wrong with the work?
Well, the guy that came out from them that boarded the house, he was downstairs. He looked and he was saying, well, I don't think I have the board to do it right now. Let me check something. So he was downstairs for like 10 minutes, went out to his truck for probably 25, 30 minutes. And then he came back with a board he had in the back of his truck that did not seal the window at all. I have a couple pictures.
Let me see those. Did he tell you that, Ms. Fondrick? This gentleman.
Sorry.
He said it wouldn't seal properly, that the guy the contractor that came out did not have the appropriate wood, I think he said, right?
Yes, it was, must have been used in another, job and are they gonna get?
I can do this real easy. You guys want me to come out and look at it? I'll come out and look at it. I've done that 100 times, 200 times.
Please go to? Nobody?
I don't know. Maybe I should just come out and look at it. Is there something wrong with the window?
The window was shattered and
No, I know, but after he did the work with the contractor, did you ever hear from this gentleman that there was something wrong with the workmanship?
only after he was told that he didn't have insurance coverage.
Is that true?
That's true.
When was the work performed?
July 29th.
And when did you find out the insurance wasn't going to cover it?
Not for a month after.
It was-
September 9th. We were.
So September 29th of 25, work performed, and then you didn't hear until September 9?
I'm sorry, July 29th, the work was performed.
Right. I'm sorry. July 29th, work performed. September what?
9th.
He found out he didn't have insurance coverage. Is that true?
That's true.
When did you tell them?
I'm sorry.
When did you tell them that you weren't going to pay
I
the?
think it was the second call that I tried.
I want to know what date you told them roughly that you weren't going to pay the invoice because of the leakage.
It was around September, beginning September.
Before or after you found out there wasn't insurance covered?
It was after.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I don't care if the insurance company's covering it or not. If it isn't done right, I'm gonna make sure that they come back and do it right, correct?
It's too late now.
Hang on. July 29th. If there was a problem, why didn't you tell them on July 29th or 30th or 31st? Not wait until after you found out that the insurance wasn't gonna cover the payment.
Well, I had talked to him prior to that, told him that I wasn't happy. They also,
You just, hang on,
they also,
hang on. Is that true? Did he call you after July 29th, but before September 9th and tell you that he wasn't satisfied with what was done?
I don't have that in my notes. I do have, on August 12th, I had notified him that, because we hadn't heard anything since the 29th, as to whether or not insurance was going to cover it or not. So I called him on August 12th, left a message and told him that I was going to be sending him the invoice for the board up.
Okay,
And then for several weeks after that, we just kind of played phone tag where I would call and leave a message and then he would call back to the office. We would just kept missing each other. And then on September 9th was when he informed us that we didn't have insurance.
did you ever talk to him on the phone after the work that was performed on July the 29th, but before September 9th? I heard you say you were leaving messages.
No.
Did he ever leave a message on any of those phone calls where he made the call after July 29th, but before September 9th and say, I'm not happy with the work, I'm not paying it, whether or not the insurance covers this or otherwise?
No.
Is that true?
no,
You left a message?
yes, I did. And part of the problem.
How about I just come out? My court officer and I need a ride. I need to get out of here. I'll just come out and see if it's sealed properly. I'll be glad to do that.
Well, the board is not there no more. I put an egress window in because of there's gaps. I spent $40 on bug spray just to keep them out of my basement for my egress window. They added an emergency fee that I didn't ask for another $300 some.
No, it's an emergency service call for $181.
I didn't ask for emergency call. I asked for a quote.
It's
Then
just-
they came out and, go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's just the verbiage of the invoice that said it's a service call.
It's a service call. Yes?
Yes.
When do you remember him first telling you that the work wasn't performed adequate?
After he was told that he didn't have the insurance.
What did he tell you specifically?
He said, he called and he informed me that he didn't have the insurance coverage, that insurance was going to cover it. And then he specifically asked why the invoice said that it was an emergency service call when he never stated that it was an emergency. And I explained that that was just the verbiage on how the invoice is entered. And the cost was still the same regardless of what the line item stated. I can remove the word emergency, but it would still be a service call of $181.
You don't go out and look at the work. You're just the go-between, right? You hired the contractor.
I write the estimates.
Did you go out and look at the original damage that would needed to be repaired so you could get a contractor?
No, sir. The date that Mr. Crotney called on July 29th, he requested a board up. He had a shattered egress window and he was concerned about animals getting into his basement. He had also requested,
Is that true?
Yes.
All right.
he also indicated that he had water damage from the rain coming in. And I told him that I would send a crew for water mitigation services. So he agreed to that. So I sent a subcontractor to do the board up and our crew, which is 2 members. To assess the damage. When they arrived, he requested an estimate, which we provided, and then he
Can I see
proceeded with the forward.
I never got an estimate.
I
You
gave
know
you-
what? You gave me the price.
Hang on a second.
I'm sorry.
Talk to me, not to her. If you convince her, you're right, but you don't convince me, you're gonna lose.
Right.
So don't talk to her. Don't talk to each other. You can address the
I
court.
apologize.
That's all right. Now tell me what you never did what?
Well, the whole thing is, when she had her people come out, they never told me how much it would be. She said it would be around 500. And this was days, like, the damage happened the 16th and 17th, throughout the evening of the 16th, the night of the 16th and the 17th. When they came out on the 29th, there was no emergency. My kids and my wife, I had these.
Did you tell her that you were afraid that animals were going to?
Of course.
Well, that's kind of important. I think I would be too. You got squirrels, you got other animals.
Well, I live by.
Okay, so we're not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna fault them for sending somebody out. I think they were bums if they didn't, right?
Right.
I mean, you're telling them you got water in the basement, you're telling them you're worried about animals, they should come out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, I did talk with Renee on the phone and told her I was not gonna pay the bill, the total bill, because I didn't ask for the emergency. It was days after the emergency finished, right?
So you didn't mention anything about this not being properly sealed.
I did, I did. That was around I think it was around the conversations of the 12th. Of course, I don't have the exact
12th of,
August. Because it happened in July.
I know, July the 29th. But
Well,
you
it
guys,
happened the 16th and 17th, somewhere that night.
July the 29th is when they first came out.
Yes.
That's when you first called, right? They came out the day you called, right? And you said you weren't gonna pay the emergency call because you didn't say it was an emergency, even though you expressed concern about water being in and animals coming in, right?
Right.
All right. I mean, what would you have said if they said we can't come out for 2 weeks? You'd have called another company.
Boarded up. See, I don't have time and you don't have time for people.
I have time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because when
I've
they
done.
when they come out, they said that they were gonna send this person to board it up. They didn't do a proper job. And then I got the bill and then it was $700 and some dollars.
And you were okay with it as long as the insurance company paid?
No, I mean, if I have to pay, I have to pay, but.
No. You were okay with the bill if the insurance company would have paid it. Is that true or false?
That's false because I don't believe it was an emergency call.
That's the only thing you're complaining about.
Yes.
So it's
Well,
not,
and
hang on,
You asked me.
I know, but it's not the lack of sealing then. It's not the fact that it wasn't sealed appropriately. It's the fact that they charged you for an emergency call. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Well, then why are you coming in here and trying to defend it on the basis that they didn't seal it properly? If you just got done admitting to me that that wasn't the issue, it was the fact that they charged you, what, $169 or $89 for an emergency call?
300.
It was 181. I gave you a copy of the invoice. It's not to.
181. So it wasn't that it wasn't sealed properly. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Sir, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Okay.
So let me back up. Is it true or false that you didn't have a problem with the workmanship as much as you didn't feel like you had to pay the 181.66 for the emergency service call?
Say that again because you said not as much. Say it again, please.
When you first stood up here, you said it was because the window wasn't sealed properly, right?
That was part of the problem, yes.
But now you just got done telling me that that isn't your basis for objecting to the bill, as much as it is that the emergency service call they charged you 181.66, and you didn't really ask for there to be an emergency service call.
Yes. And there was they never showed me any bill. There was nothing there for me to agree to or sign. They did the work and then later they told me it was going to be 700 and that I noticed there was an emergency bill tacked onto that.
Did you tell them the price?
I told him it was going to be roughly around $500.
Roughly. And if that's fine. I didn't have a problem with that.
Were you including when you gave them that quote, the initial emergency call?
No, we file an emergency call. We charge an emergency service call when we're called out. And my crew that was there took measurements and photos of the basement because we were going to write him an estimate for water mitigation because the basement was flooded because of the broken window.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead and grab your.
I apologize.
No problem.
You gotta be able to talk here.
Why didn't you do a better job of telling them what the estimate was?
I told you,
You said about 500. They charged 570 for the board up in the window, right?
yes,
But don't you think when you're quoting them a price? Well, first of all, did you quote that price to them before or after they came in on the emergency call, as you termed it?
before.
Well, why are you charging them $751 then?
It was 570 for the board up and our emergency service call.
Okay, but listen very carefully. When he initially called you, did you give him a price?
No,
When did you give him the price of around 500?
it would have been verbally the second time I called,
And what date would that have been?
on July 20th. He had called the
When
office.
you gave him the verbal estimate of about 500, were you including or not including the initial emergency call?
That did not include the emergency service call.
Did you make that clear to him?
No,
Why not?
because I had originally submitted this bill to the insurance company. And we do charge for emergency service calls because we dispatched a crew to go to his house.
Yeah, I want to understand that.
It's part of.
Am I making sense? I'm just curious as to why you didn't tell him it's going to be $500 for the window plus the service call.
We charged the service call because he was requesting an estimate.
And to board it up or not? Did that-
Our service call was for our crew that was there. We had a subcontractor there that did the board up, and we had two of our men there.
I see. The 500 you were referring to was just for the window
Yes,
and the contract.
yes. With the subcontractor. And then our portion of the bill was the service call for our men to be there and take measurements and photos and document the damage so that I could provide him with an estimate to dry it up.
Mr. Karatni,
Yes.
what else would you like to tell?
I think I told Alex that nobody's looked at the workmanship because that should be part of this
You
judge.
just got done telling me. And that's why I'm losing. You just got done telling me your objection to the bill was over the emergency service call invoice.
Right, I want
Hang
to,
on. And now you're going back to the initial. All I want to know is, I asked you 3 times. The first time you stood up here, you said it's because it wasn't sealed properly. The last 2 times you told me, yeah, that's my objection to the bill. You didn't say anything about the seal up. I specifically asked you. No, that isn't the basis for my objection. My basis for the objection is they charged a emergency service call and they shouldn't have, because I could have got my son or somebody to do the board.
true, yes.
Well, now you're saying I want somebody to look at the workmanship. You just told me that.
This is in the past already. I'm just saying that the fact is that their business, they're charging not reasonable and customable. That is 500 for an hour and a half worth of work. He didn't use the right wood.
It's a
and they
window,
charged
right?
me
It's
an
a window.
emergency food.
Wait a minute, it's a window, right?
Yeah,
They
right.
didn't just put boards in there, right?
They put one board in there.
But they got a window in there, right?
No, I put the window in. The board they put in. I put the window in after I had the board because
Did you guys did the contractor put the window in?
No, we boarded the window so that nothing else could.
yeah, so
no
500
could
for a
come into
piece
the
of
meeting.
plywood and then the labor.
Wow, that does seem exorbitant. I could have probably,
$250 an hour. I wish I had a job like that.
hang on. Why did you charge that? Let me see your pictures. Geez, I could have done that. I'm about as handy as a guy with 2 left feet. I mean, I'm serious. I could have done that. John City could have done that. They charged, so they wanted, did they do this on July 29th? Ma'am?
Yes,
And you paid the contractor this amount of money, $570?
yes.
Are you the contractor?
No,
Who are you?
I'm the owner.
Well, she just told me she was the one that was gonna act on behalf of the corporation.
She does, because she knows the file.
Wait a minute. Did you guys pay $570 to the contract?
We paid the contractor's price, which is probably like 15%, 20% less, because there's overhead and
Oh,
profit.
I need to know. How much did you pay the contractor?
I don't have the
You
number.
have the number?
Yes.
How much you pay the contract? I want to be a contractor in my next life. I really do. So you charge for 5 hours plus materials of 50. So he's charging $475 and you guys rounded it up to 570 and you sent your people out that caused for the 180, 186, right?
Yes,
Was he there 5 hours?
He was there an hour.
Is that what that means? Quantity 5? I would think that means 5 hours.
So there was
So,
eight.
hang on. Give it back that.
Yeah, it was 8 screws in the window. It didn't take him long to put it up. It took him longer to decide whether to go buy a new board or to use the one he had in the back of his truck.
Is that what that means? Quantity 5? So yeah, $50 for materials. 5 hours? Now listen to me.
yes.
Were you home the whole time?
Yes, I was.
How many hours was he there?
Total about hour and 30 to maybe hour and 40.
You want to give Mr. Holbrook or whoever did the work on the Zoom right now? They can zoom right in. That's quite a discrepancy. Hour and a half versus 5 hours. My apologies to you. I thought they replaced the window.
No, that's why I couldn't figure out why you were getting, toward why.
I forget. Can you call him?
Mr. Holbrook,
Whoever did that work.
I don't have his contact information, but I can.
Go call him. Go call Holbrook. Tell him the judge wants you to send in on Zoom, whoever it is that did that work. I know nobody would submit an invoice, even if they thought it was to the insurance company, and tell them they did 5 hours of work if they only did an hour and a half of work. Because that's this little thing called insurance fraud. They wouldn't do that. So get the guy on the line. I want to hear from him. Go out in the hallway and call him. I'll keep all these things here. And it might be that they're duping you. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to find out. Citibank versus Derek Hayes, 2504441.
What a turn. What started as a routine dispute over a boarded-up basement window has morphed into a deep dive on emergency fees, vague estimates, conflicting timelines, and now a contractor invoice that might not match reality. The judge has clearly lost patience with shifting explanations on both sides and is determined to hear directly from the person who did the work before ruling. Whether this ends with the homeowner paying in full, the company losing part of its claim, or something even bigger, this case shows how documentation, clarity, and consistency can make or break you in court. Backhand index pointing right if you found this case as shocking as we did. Make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.